Join me as I dive deep into the world of passive aggression and see if I can uncover what's really behind this tricky behavior. Passive aggression is one of those behaviors that can be super frustrating to deal with, yet it's often really hard to put your finger on what's going on. At its core, passive aggression is a complex behavior that often masks deeper emotions. Understanding it is essential for better communication because, let's face it, being on the receiving end of passive aggression can be really confusing and hurtful. Dealing with passive aggression can be a real challenge in relationships, workplaces, and social settings. It can create misunderstandings and conflict and make it hard to know how to respond. Imagine someone making a comment that seems innocent on the surface, but you can tell there's a snarky undertone to it. That can be really disarming and make you wonder how to react. When it happens in the workplace, it can create a toxic environment that's hard to navigate. In social settings, passive aggression can be even more tricky to deal with. You might be at a party or gathering, and someone makes a comment that's supposed to be funny, but you can tell they're really trying to provoke a reaction. It can be really hard to know how to respond in those situations, and it can leave you feeling frustrated and unsure of what to do. The truth is, passive aggression often stems from underlying emotions like resentment, anxiety, and fear. For example, someone might be feeling really resentful about a situation, but instead of expressing that directly, they might make a snide comment or give you the silent treatment. It's like they're trying to express their feelings without actually being honest about what's going on. When you start to understand that passive aggression is often a coping mechanism for deeper emotions, it can be really helpful. It can help you respond in a more compassionate way, rather than just getting defensive or reactive. By recognizing the underlying emotions, you can start to address the root cause of the behavior, rather than just the symptoms. Recognizing and addressing passive aggression can lead to healthier communication and improved relationships. When you're able to communicate openly and honestly, you're more likely to build trust and understanding with others. It's not always easy, but it's worth it in the long run. By being more aware of passive aggression and its underlying causes, you can start to have more authentic and honest interactions with others. This, in turn, can lead to stronger, more meaningful relationships. So, what can you do if you're dealing with passive aggression in your life? Start by taking a step back and trying to understand what's really going on. Is the person feeling anxious or resentful? Are they trying to provoke a reaction? Or are they just struggling to express themselves? Sometimes, simply acknowledging the underlying emotion can help diffuse the situation and open up a more honest dialogue. It's also important to set clear boundaries and communicate your own feelings directly. If someone's passive-aggressive behavior is affecting you, it's okay to address it head-on. You might say something like, "I'm feeling confused by your comment. Can you tell me what you mean?" This approach encourages the other person to be more direct and can help break the cycle of passive aggression. Remember, changing patterns of communication takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself and others as you work on developing more open and honest ways of interacting. It's a process, but the rewards of clearer, more authentic relationships are well worth it. In some cases, professional help might be beneficial, especially if passive aggression is a persistent issue in your relationships or workplace. A therapist or a counselor can provide strategies for dealing with passive-aggressive behavior and help you develop more effective communication skills. To wrap things up, passive aggression is a complex behavior that can have a big impact on our relationships and interactions. It's often a sign of deeper emotions like resentment, anxiety, and fear. By understanding and addressing these underlying emotions, we can communicate more effectively and build stronger relationships. Learning to recognize and respond to passive aggression in a healthy way is an important skill that can improve all areas of your life. It takes practice and patience, but with time, you can create more open, honest, and fulfilling connections with the people around you. If you've dealt with passive aggression in your life, I'd love to hear about it. Share your experiences in the comments below. And if you're looking for more tips on effective communication strategies, be sure to check out my next video on how to communicate assertively. Remember, every step towards better communication is a step towards healthier relationships and a more positive life experience.